vagina? Is that really what you want to do?
Wendell looked so disappointed when you said that people snitched, by the way.
Yeah,
he was real disappointed in that.
I don't know. It's
Happens,
like
or that it didn't happen.
I'll go to a trivia night in a prison where everybody knows the rules about snitches. Also, where nobody has phones.
Nobody has phones.
No, that is not true.
Yeah, I mean, at best you got like a flip phone.
Them out.
You got like a flip phone you had to like cut out of a pigeon or something.
Right,
Yeah.
A flip phone you got to cut out of a pigeon. Oh,
that's a thing. I'm sorry.
How do you get it into the pigeon? You just cut the pigeon first, sew it back up, and put it in there?
Yeah, you go to a vet who is always the person who's giving you medical advice.
True,
When you're a criminal, vets are your doctors, right? So you get your vet to sew a flip phone into a bird and then make that bird fly into the window of the jail.
Hey, pigeons are like frustratingly resilient. Okay, have you not like seen? Have you not seen some of these like half-rotted pigeons just walking around on the streets? Like they're not like
you
they don't.
said that like you were a man who's trying to get rid of a lot of pigeons. You're just like, they will not fucking die.
No,
they are the worst.
Go away, they really cling to life. No, like I'm saying, like they'll get weird diseases and get beaten up, and it'll seem like 65% of them is like rotten, and they'll just still be like hoppling along, like flapping one fucked up wing.
You're not going to age well, Wendell. You're not going to. That's what everyone over the age of 70 is like. You're just going to be like, "What's up? Why are you still alive? I'm your roommate, Wendell."
Well, it's like only the things
here in this
things we hate. Only the things we hate.
You hate pigeons?
Who doesn't?
I don't necessarily hate them. I
have no opinion.
They're sky rats.
Well, sure, but like, I don't know. Did you not like Home Alone 2?
Okay.
It's a huge plot point in Home Alone. No one? Why are y'all looking around?
I loved Home Alone 2, but let's talk about why it's a huge plot point. Because everybody hates pigeons, so this movie spent a good 2 hours trying to get you to be okay with pigeons, and then you kind of are at the end, but only in the one context of a sad lady in Central Park saving a little boy.
Him. Yeah, they saved him.
She saved him. She commanded the pigeons. All right, she summoned the pigeons. The pigeons did her bidding. If she hadn't been there, those pigeons would have just watched a boy die.
Yeah.
And then just probably
point.
pooped on him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
maybe eating them.
Yeah, tried to eat
well,
him.
Well, this has been Yes, But Why, but...
I'm sorry, I had no idea anybody liked pigeons. I thought we all agreed pigeons were bad.
I don't hate them.
Oh, God. You can share your opinion on pigeons, or you can tell us, how did you first get into theater? Well, how did that become something in your life?
I'm going to put a pinhole in pigeons. I have a little opinion about that, but
I have
a little bit. But
I'll pull that pin back up later. Don't worry. I
got pigeons written down.
I'm aware of the pigeon pin.
It was interesting because this is an interesting journey how I got involved in improv. Back in 2011, I was just on Facebook. I didn't know I moved into the Austin area. I was in Round Rock. I didn't know anything about even the improv scene. Mm-hmm. I know about it from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Because I used to watch with my dad. And I'm on Facebook, and I see like a banner, and it says, this is 2011, and I think it's in July. And it says live nude improv. And I'm like, okay, this is intriguing. This is improv.
Right.
This is nude.
I'll click that.
The interesting thing was, it's the Hideout.
The Hideout?
Yeah, it was at the Hideout.
It was nude too, wasn't it?
It was nude, yeah.
What? Yeah, I heard about that.
So that was literally my first live improv show was at a place where I didn't know anybody, and it was like at a nude setting.
And then you instantly knew them real well.
We're talking about this
body parts look like.
There's a reason that doesn't happen anymore. Like,
I don't know that reason.
I was gonna say, like, not that I
does.
wanted. Okay, I was gonna say, like, we're just gonna talk about, like, oh yes, back in the ancient times
on board with performing
before the terrible thing happened that stopped nude improv.
No, I think that was just like one of the Hideout shows.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
it's thematic in some
yeah.
way. I mean, it was like, I want to say like 4 months ago there was that show at the institution that was where the guys were strippers and they were very
Oh yeah.
scantily clad.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was about
I saw that poster.
being body positive.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Okay,
Which
gotcha.
something tells me live nude improv also about being body positive.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you went and saw that show?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like they
How
just
was
like
that?
it was a good show. It wasn't like they just took off their clothes, like, oh, I'm naked, but it was kind of a
Oh, okay.
ambiance. Like when I walked in there, it was like they didn't have the chairs. It was like couches and pillows. So I guess to be relaxed in case if you were kind of nervous walking in there.
Which is fine for you because you're not naked.
Yeah, I wasn't naked.
Wait,
Thankfully.
they didn't start off naked?
No, they didn't. But gradually they took off their clothes, you know. And it was interesting because they, in a way, they kind of encouraged the audience if they wanted to participate, they could. But they,
Oh, so no, now the sofas are going to get ruined.
but
It's like a swingers party. They're like, hey, you can watch if you want, but if you want to jump in, go ahead.
There's that one guy that everything is tearaway. He's like,
got
thank
it.
you. I knew it. I told you they'd let us.
You pantomime
you,
ripping it off like
Wendell.
you're
It would
never
be.
ripped
It
off.
would be.
You are the only person I can imagine. And Patrick having a full body pull away suit.
Amy, all suits are pull away.
Okay.
But
Sorry, yeah.
sorry, but anyway, but there was just only one person I knew of that one show where she just went down to her underwear, an audience member. But after that show, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm hooked on improv, so I just started seeing more shows, and then I realized there were other theaters, so I started doing that. And the interesting thing was that people once in a while kind of came up to me, and they were like, "You should take classes," and I was like, I'm content. I'm fine. No,
Yeah.
I would say that for a few months because I would do like the lottery at the Hideout. I think they used to have it on Fridays or whatever, so I'd kind of do that.
Yeah.
And then one day they just stopped, and I was like, okay. And then this was like towards the end of 2011, so 2012, I think. Yeah, 2012. The New Movement had a Groupon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They had a Groupon, so I was like, well, as a Groupon for level 1, I guess I'll do this. Here's the funny story. I did not use that Groupon until a year later. So put a pin on that.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a long, weird story. So put a pin on that right now.
All right.
So in
keep pins going.
2012, beginning of 2012, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use this Groupon for the New Movement, but class already started. Well, I'm too impatient to wait, so I'm gonna pick the next class. So I'm looking online. I'm like, Cold Town level 1, too high. Hideout, that's too high too. This is funny.
You mean price-wise?
Yes, price-wise
Yeah.
for level 1, which is hilarious considering the fact where I am now. But
How much you have to say tonight? Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
yeah,
$3,000 in.
yeah, I know. So I see something. I see a level 1 for institution, and it's like at the time it was for level 1 $79. Like, holy crap, that's pretty cheap.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I hopped into there. Who's my teacher? Ted Meredith. So I did that. I went straight from level 1 all the way to level 4. The level 2 was Justin Davis. Level 3 Asaf. Level 4 Clifton Highfield. And that's where I stopped because at the time they didn't have a graduate class. They only had, I think, maybe like elective classes, but not a graduate.
Okay.
So afterwards, I was like, okay. That's why I got at the time, Amazon Living Social had a coupon for level 1 class at Merlin-works. So I did Merlin-works, which is actually the first time that I took like 2 simultaneously level 1 classes, which I'm surprised they allowed me to do that because I was kind of sitting in on a class. And they were like, so which class are you going to take? I was like, I'm going to take both of them. They allowed me to do it. So
Yeah.
I did that. And then I did level 1 for that. And then after that, that's when I finally came into New Movement 2013 because it was about to expire. So I was like, okay, let me do
Gotta
this.
use
So
it, yeah.
that's when I came into Amy's class. Da-da-da.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, level 1 with your class. And I was actually sitting in on another level 1 class, which was Brandon. I forgot his last name, but he used to host what's that movie pitching show at the New Movement?
Part
Oh,
two?
Brandon
Part
Stroud?
2, yeah, Brandon Stroud. He was in the class that I was sitting in on, so I was like sitting on both classes.
Awesome.
I love doing that because you learn more, and also because I love meeting new people.
Sure.
I love building those bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was kind of doing that, and then what happened? Something happened to where I stopped. I stopped there, and then I took a hiatus. I did level 2 at Merlin-works for free because they said, hey, you want to drop in for free? I need the people. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then they assumed I already took it. And I was like, no, my first time. So I did that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Oh, here's your biller.
so I was like, yeah, I got in there. And then at the time for Cold Town, that's why I won that free level 1 class, so I did that. And then that's when I came back, back to New Movement for level 2 with Amy.
Did I teach you all the levels? I didn't teach you everything, did I?
And you taught three of them. You taught three of them.
And level 5. Yeah.
Level 4 kind of looked like you went with just a mustache on, but
There's
I don't think it was.
Yeah, I came with a mustache.
It's just me with a mustache. That's who Mark is.
But I was there for level 2, and then I hide out for level 1, and that's where a weird period happened where I had to like drop from all improv.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I like went through a 7-month hiatus. Like I didn't even think I was going to come back to improv in general.
Yeah.
And so I was just working, barely surviving for 7 months. And I saw a show at the New Movement. It was a graduate show. And I think, God, what's her name? Oh, she moved to L.A. Megan Simon. Mm-hmm. She saw my post. And she's like, oh, I guess she was so touched by my post about going to the show. And I got an email from Amy. And Amy was like, you should come back. And I was like, I don't know if I can come back. I don't have any money. And but I had enough credit for level 3, so I came back to level 3, and I was like, man, I hope I have enough money. But luckily, I think I was starting to kind of have a job. I was starting to kind of build up credits for internship, and level 3 with Patrick, level 4 with Lisa, and then eventually I graduated with Amy.
Wow, it was the one and only level 5 class I ever taught, and it had Chris and Patrick in it.
I gotta tell a funny story
Please.
about that class, because I feel like people have to hear this. I don't know how much time we have, but I'll.
Please tell the story.
Okay.
It was a weird class. For all of
Yeah,
us.
it was a weird class. You know Adam, obviously.
It was.
Please tell this
It
story.
was Chris
Yeah.
Villafano, Patrick, Adam Waitman, Eric Rhodes,
And Doug.
Doug
Doug
Hines.
Yes.
That was the
That was-
whole class.
for 3 levels.
Yes.
That was just
You guys
us,
are 3, 4, and
3, 4,
5.
5,
Yeah, so I got them for 5.
It was like right behind me, I think. Wasn't that like...
I don't remember.
Okay,
I
keep
don't remember
going.
where
I
you
gotta...
were. Tell us the story.
Yes, so
Oh,
normally, especially starting with improv, I consider myself to be the weird one. So, like, when Adam came in, I was like, oh, crap, he's the guy now. So, anyway, fast forward to our grad show. And where all 4 of us are there, Adam is running late. And I remember Amy, she was like, okay, guys, Adam's going to do, and I'm paraphrasing, Adam's going to do some weird, whatever, just go with it, And here's the thing.
Not.
Yeah. And here's the thing. There was a grounded scene. Like Patrick, you was on the other stage, and Doug and Eric, they were having a grounded scene, and me and Adam was on the opposite stage. All of a sudden, Adam starts doing his thing. I did not want to look at him. He started I'm assuming he was jacking off because he started making that noise like he was masturbating, and I could not look at him. Like it was almost like you were scared to look at him. Like I was so scared because I didn't want to crack. I literally just stood there silent, still. I did not look at the guy. I was so scared. And Doug, he came over here. He's like, I hear someone knocking on the door. Who could that be? And he opens the door where Adam is, and all of a sudden I lost it. This was the hardest to this day I've ever cracked and laughed so hard at improv. I lost it so hard. I laughed so hard I had to go walk backstage right behind. And this was before I lost it that hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was such a pro move. Because I was like, oh my gosh.
Dude, yeah. You can ask Amy, every pilot's license, warm up or rehearsal was us just trying to get Adam to let us stop laughing for a second because of just the guy just, especially Nathan. The thing is Adam can make Nathan laugh harder and more frequently than I've ever seen Nathan.
Wow.
Than anybody.
Holy crap.
There was something about Adam that just got Nathan. And I
forget which, it was one of our class performances. I made the mistake of saying I don't like singing, and so Adam was on stage and it was a date scene. He brought somebody back, and so he was like, oh, I've got all these records, do you want to hear a record? And then just looks at me and I was like, you son of a bitch, you made me do 5 genres of music on the sides, and I was like, the audience loved it because of course my face gave away that I didn't want to do this thing he's making me do, and it really won the audience over. But it's just oh yeah, that's Adam.
That Adam.
One of my favorite
boy.
parts about your grad show was that you guys made T-shirts
Oh,
with
yeah.
your faces on them, and then everybody wore somebody else's face on their chest, which I thought was so hilarious. They're 5 dudes. They each have their pictures on a shirt, and they're wearing somebody else's. Are you kidding me?
I don't even remember how that
did
even
you guys
came up.
keep your own shirts, or did you keep the ones you wore?
I kept his shirt, but I eventually brought it back
brought
to
it
him.
back to me. Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I don't know. I would value a shirt with either one of your heads on it. Like, I'd probably...
I had a few that were, like, messed up, too.
Yeah.
So it was...